What's up, guys? It's Gentleman here, and today we got a new chapter of Chainsaw Man. I believe it was chapter 126. I don't know. I always forget the numbers immediately. But I'm every week, or sometimes it's bi-weekly, but every time there's a new Chainsaw Man chapter, I'm so excited. I love Chainsaw Man. It's my favorite manga, and I think it's upgraded itself to my favorite anime as well now that it's been animated. I love Chainsaw Man. I discovered it a while ago. It was when, it wasn't finished yet, part 1 at least. And I just fell in love with it, and I could go on for a long time about Chainsaw Man. Maybe one day I'll make a video just endlessly expressing my love for Chainsaw Man, but all we need to know right now is I love this series, and I keep reading it every time there's a new chapter. There's a new one today, and I want to talk about it with you guys in case that's interesting. So yeah, we'll hop right into it, I guess. That starts out where last chapter, Denji showed up, and I believe he's fighting I forget what the devil's called. I think it's what was it? The Falling Devil, I believe it was called. Something like that. It could be different. My memory is just not serving me very well right now. So in today's chapter, they're fighting, and you gotta love Denji standing up for Asa. It's like, no, I have to fight you now because you're going after my ex-potential girlfriend. I just love Denji and his hopelessness for romance. It's hilarious. It always is. Love it. I love the character of Denji. He's fantastically written. Probably one of my favorite main characters in basically anything. So yeah, he's defending Asa and fighting this devil, and then she uses her mental attack, and I swear, Fujimoto, the writer of this series, always tries to mentally damage his fans as badly as possible whenever he can. Because, yeah, Denji got the flashbacks of Aki is the gun devil from part 1, or gun fiend, I should say, and power with the cake. And if you haven't read part 1, I don't really understand what you're doing watching a review for part 2. And if you have read part 1, you know exactly what those are. And I'm sorry that you remember those, but I just woke up, and the first thing I did when I woke up was read this chapter. And that was just a gut punch immediately, just seeing those two again. So that's fantastic. Loved that. But hey, at least we saw them again. I know we've been waiting for that. So obviously Denji is distressed by this. So it was a good attack. But I love what happens next. Basically what he does is he takes the chainsaw on his arm and cuts into his brain. And that's his defense for mental attacks, which is a very Denji solution. It reminds me a lot of in the International Assassins arc in part 1 when he set himself on fire to fight the Darkness Devil. That was funny. I love his funny solutions to these problems. They're hilarious. They never cease to make me laugh, and they're always enjoyable. So he does that. It looks like he wins the fight for the time being. He starts eating her while spouting some nonsense about corn dogs because, he's Denji and just cut into his own brain. But then she gets up and I guess kind of knocks him off and stuns him for a bit, but then it looks like he lost the fight for a second, and then she leaves. So he didn't quite take the cake like he thought he did. Then we see a hand get cut into and drop blood in Denji's mouth so he can heal because he lost the bottom half of himself just recently. And it doesn't show us who it is, but they say, I need you to keep fighting Chainsaw Man. So this could either be a new character maybe, or maybe someone we know coming back. I mean, they had white shoes. That doesn't really mean anything to me. I'll go back and look at the part 1. I actually own all of it physically. I'll go back and I'll see if white shoes are prominent in anyone, but I know the character had white shoes. So what I'm thinking is it's either a new character, maybe someone coming back, or it's Yoshida. Maybe it's just Yoshida. Who knows? But we don't see who they are in this chapter. They just say that they need him to keep fighting and pour blood in his mouth, and then we see that the devil has now found Asa, and that's where the chapter ends. And I believe we're getting a new one next week, and we don't have to wait 2 weeks this time, so that's exciting. I can't wait for the next one. I always love reading Chainsaw Man. It's a great series. If you haven't read it yet, and for some reason haven't read it and watched this entire video up until this point, I recommend it. I really would recommend it to basically anyone. But yeah, anyways, that was the entire chapter today, so that's really all I have to say about it, I guess, except I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. I just love this series so much. That's kind of all there is. I did want to say, if there's any other manga that you guys might want to see me review, let me know. If it's another one running weekly, I will have to catch up. So there is that, but maybe I can do that. Like, there's a couple that I was reading, but I dropped a while ago. Like, I was reading Chojin X, like Sui Ishida's new manga, because I was a big fan of Tokyo Ghoul. It wasn't bad or anything. I just stopped reading it for whatever reason. And maybe I'll catch up to it. And if you guys want me to review that one, then I'll definitely catch up to it. Another one was Kaiju number 8. Same thing. It was a good series. I really enjoyed Kaiju number 8. I just kind of fell off from reading it because I was reading it while I was in school, and I lost track of it. Finally, Witch Watch was another one. I believe that one's still running in Shonen Jump, so I'd really have to catch up. I don't know the schedule for the other two and how far along they are, but Witch Watch, I think, has over 100 chapters now. It was just like a funny little rom-com, kind of. It was kind of cool. I enjoyed reading it, but I'd have to catch back up. If either of those three sound like something that you guys would want to see reviews for whenever there's a new chapter, let me know, and I can definitely try to do that. And if there's any other ones I didn't mention, because I mentioned like 3, then yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll look into maybe doing a review of that one. I wanted to get into the mangas of Blue Exorcist and D. Gray Man, because I watched the anime for both of those, and I love them. I love D. Gray Man, and I really like Blue Exorcist as well. And I thought about getting into the manga for them, but I don't know if I'll do that. I might. If you guys want reviews for those, 'cause I think they are both still running, let me know, and like same deal, maybe I'll get into them. But yeah, basically anything else you want to see a review for, any other manga, just let me know. And yeah, I'll have a look into it, and maybe we'll get some more series going. Because currently all I have to review is on Sundays. My Shonen Jump series are Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, then Dendiden on Mondays, and Chainsaw Man on Tuesdays. I do read Boruto, so I'll get a video on that one for you guys when that does come out. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you read the Chainsaw Man chapter, let me know what you thought of it, and yeah, let me know if there's any other manga you want to see me review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.